This content is produced as part of the Move Africa project, commissioned by the African Union Commission and supported by GIZ. The views and opinions expressed are those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of GIZ or the African Union Commission.
Across East Africa, a quiet revolution is taking place. One does not need to fight with arms or flags, but with needles, fabrics, and vicious creativity. This is the story of how free movement across borders is stitching together a new fashion frontier. Since the East African community revived its market common protocol, movement between Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania has never been easier. While trade statistics dominate the headlines, a softer story is being woven in backstreet workshops, and the border tells the story of fashion. These women are not only dressing a region, they are reshaping its economy, asserting independence and transforming how we view informal trade. Joyce Ntigane, a rising Kenyan fashion designer, blending local prints with Pan-African flair. Her journey reflects a larger movement, one made possible by relaxed visa rules, open markets, and creative ambition.
Nimefika hapa 2017 nikaanza biashara ya kuuza, lakini siku hizi wametoa hiyo visa, wamefanya kazi nzuri sana.
Rebecca Edward, a fashionista, states that in East Africa, the right to move freely under the East African Community Treaty is not just about crossing borders. It's about crossing into new opportunities. And nowhere is this more feasible than in the fashion industry.
Kutoka hapa tunashukuru sana serikali imekuja kutusaidia kusafiri barabara. Zamani tulikuwa tunakuja kuchukua vitambaa, material kutoka Tanzania, ilikuwa ni pesa nyingi na pia ilikuwa ni gharama. Ulikuwa ukifika mpakani unaomba passport, lakini sasa hii imekuwa ni vizuri sana. Nashukuru sana serikali ya Ruto. Jamani, tunashukuru sana. Karibuni katika hii Kenya. Zamani tulikuwa tunachukua muda mwingi kutoa material huko Tanzania. Sasa hivi tunashukuru serikali kwa sababu imetuwezesha, tumeweza kupata vitu kwa urahisi. Wateja walikuwa wakija hapa wanatafuta kitambaa fulani, vitambaa havipo. Kitambo kienda kufuata Tanzania kurudi Kenya nakuta wateja wote wameshaondoka. Kwa sasa hivi imekuwa ni rahisi sana. Tunaishukuru sana serikali ya Ruto.
Otieno Kisia, with open borders, designers, artisans, and traders are collaborating across countries, fusing cultures, fabrics, and entrepreneurship into a growing regional brand.
Biashara. Na sababu hiyo ilikuwa inaleta usumbufu mipakani, masuala ya TRA nini, mapato, mambo mengi. Ila kwa leo naona usumbufu umepungua. Vitu vimepata kwa urahisi, unaagiza kitu kinakuja kinafika.
Jenny Matiabe, a business lady, states that still the runaway is not entirely smooth. Inconsistent border policies, taxes, and transport delays remain barriers to a seamless fashion economy.
Like nowadays, we go to Tanzania, we go to Uganda, collecting these new clothes. This is a free movement business nowadays. Without that one, we could not move those days. But of late, we are really enjoying that. That freedom is there. Everybody is enjoying that freedom. Even the businesses, most of the people, even the Indians, they move to Tanzania, they bring what they want.
Despite hurdles, the future looks more brighter and borderless. With tech, youth-led innovations, and cross-cultural flair, East Africa is stitching together the next global fashion capital. This is more than a fashion trend. It's a movement of ideas, fabric, people, and pride. Free to move, free to create. Anastasia Waithera.
Jina ni Anastasia Waithera. Kuja kushukuru serikali kwa vile siku hizi hata tukienda kununua vitu nje hatusumbuliwe na mambo ya visa. Tunaenda within 2 days umeleta mzigo na customer anampea mzigo wake, lakini kitambo tulikuwa tunasumbuliwa, mzigo inakaa kama mwezi mzima kama itakuja juu ya hiyo visa. Ukiendea visa unaambiwa uje kesho kutwa na upewi, lakini tumekuja kushukuru serikali juu hiyo mambo yote yameisha, na wamama wajitokeze kufanya biashara juu ni vizuri sana wamama wakienda biashara wanasimamisha mambo zao, na fashion ni nzuri, wanunue smart.
George Morara Bwakuma, an advocate on constitutional and legal matters, says that policy and harmonization regulation has been a measure that's bringing home the reality of measuring fashion.
The dynamism that comes in with policy changes and policy improvement means that there is an expansion. Bringing together different products, different quantities, qualities. Now, that is something which gives us an opportunity to measure that indeed there is an improvement, that an appreciation. Survey and quantitative assessments are done. Like sometimes we have what we call opinion polls. So sometimes we have assessments, real-time assessments, where we visit particular outlets that are doing or providing the fashions, the services or the goods.
Yet, integration is not without challenges, from limited financing to unpredictable customs enforcement. But for most, the gains far outweigh the hurdles.
Notwithstanding that there are pitfalls, there are obstacles, there are challenges that are being faced in trying to advance this great ideal.
With the enforcement of the East African Community Protocol, Joseph Mwangi, the Senior Deputy County Commissioner for Kisii, states that free movement of goods between Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi has grown so well. While this regional integration is a positive step for trade, he cautions that it must not be exploited for illegal activities.
So I would caution those people, the people involved in that trade, as much as there is that free flow of good, free business from one country to another, they be cautious. The security will be very tight. We have very serious officers at the border. We have very serious officers who will be laying roadblocks so that they check on what is being transported.
From bus stops to boutiques, East Africa's fashion regeneration is telling a new old story. One of unity, identity, and mobility. With every stitch and step, East Africa's creatives are proving that when borders open, so too do so minds. Fashion is not just clothing, it's connection. I'm Elizabeth Angira.
This content is produced as part of the Move Africa project, commissioned by the African Union Commission and supported by GIZ. The views and opinions expressed are those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of GIZ or the African Union Commission.